Here we go again.
What have you done with him?
I'd done them enough favors. I didn't need to give them more
Rodrigo
of a head
was too
start.
rich a prize for them to throw away. Sure, I'd have to work hard to get him back, but I knew the bad guys would want the boss alive almost as much as I did.
They weren't far ahead. Once I opened the door, I'd actually have to come up with a plan. Another parking lot rattling with gunfire. Was I too late?
Keep going!
I hadn't seen it coming, but that was no surprise. It's hard to keep your eye on the ball through the bottom of a glass. The doors had been... Son of a bitch!
Chega! Que porra você tá fazendo? Atira! Agora! Passa pra aí, filha! Tá na bala esse puto!
They were headed for the helicopter pad.
She's making a run for it!
Max!
Shoot him down! Shoot him down! How you doing back there, buddy? Fantastic! I love this job more every day! Move! You're gonna lose her!
Eu não disse que eu ia te pegar. Se foi fácil de me
She's headed inside, Pastor.
Either way, I needed to find Giovanna before they did.
Tá ficando vergonhoso! Ô polícia mesmo aqui! Você errando vai cortar nosso saco! Gostando dessa puta! Tem muita coisa que eu gostaria de fazer com ela!
This was a mess. Where the hell was Passos? We were two failed cops failing
Giovanna!
miserably at being...
Giovanna!
Come on.
What's happening? Where were you?
Are you all right?
What do I look all right?
Don't worry, we're gonna get you out of here.
Passos. Where is he?
We're gonna make it quick.
Oh my god. It's Raul!
Giovanna!
What are you doing? So what am I, the button pusher? Where the hell's he going?
What we got here?
Does he have the money?
Heads up! Here come his friends. Something tells me we're heading in the right direction. You okay?
About the same as before. Looking forward to getting out of this shithole.
This way.
It didn't sound like we were the only ones getting shot at. Who the hell had tipped these guys off? I didn't know what to think anymore. This town had more smoke and mirrors than a strip club locker room.
Max, come here!
I didn't give a damn about the money, but I knew what would happen to Fabiana if the wrong people got paid.
Asshole!
Já estava passando da hora de...
Right behind you. Looks clear. Let's move over
It
there.
was time to introduce our sniping pal to something more intimate and short range.
Look, I'll deal with the guys on the other side of the fence. You take the others.
Whatever you say.
Atira nele! Busca ajuda!
All right, I'm inside. Looks like a VIP lounge or something. I'm gonna check it out.
Neves vai nos matar, hein? Se a gente não voltar com dinheiro, hein?
Quem é a menina?
Ah, alguma...
Me proteja aí!
Cobertura pra mudar de posição!
What are you doing, Max?
I don't know. Looking for something that ain't here, I guess.
Toma isso, seu cuzão!
I don't know why I did it.
Okay, I'm moving.
Die!
Keep your head down!
I know he brought a fucking army down here.
Fuck these guys!
Stop. I told you to stop. We're fine.
What do you mean we're fine? Come on, huh? We're not fine. I ain't waiting to see who else shows up. Come on.
Get that sucker! Give up! Easy on you.
Fucking asshole!
It was hard seeing Brewer go out like that. But I got to thinking, it was what he was waiting for. A chance to make a difference. At least that's what helps me sleep at night. Up and out. Scramble away from what's left of your life over dead bodies and a few loose roof tiles. If I thought things through, I may have sat down and let myself burn right there.
Take him out! I'm working on it! Take cover!
All right, guys, let's look alive. We're gonna get this prick. Come on, I want to hear some motivation. Let's go.
Hey, what was that?
What was what?
I heard something.
Kind
Up there!
Up where?
Up there!
What you bitching?
No, there he is! Shoot him!
God damn it! There were wrecks all around, and not the kind you fix up for a weekend project. These were the wrecks you cross the road to avoid.
And they're always one step ahead! They don't need to second guess us when they're covering all the angles. Fancy seeing you here.
We gotta wade down to the street.
Watch that tank!
Look out, bro! They're coming at us! Target down! You want a camel coat, bro?
I'm fine with the leather.
There's plenty here, going begging.
This don't show the blood so much.
How's this look?
So far, I'd managed to keep a low profile, a bit out of character for a guy who's only comfortable with a bottle of whiskey or a gun in his hand. I didn't want to think about what would be happening. I had to keep moving. I hoped that I'd find. That. There she was, right in front of me. The drunk fool who wanted to make a play. But I had just about enough sense to know that I'd end up with another dead girl in my arms if I did. I opened the door to the next circle of this low-rent hell. I hadn't seen Fabiana in a worrying amount of time, but at least I wasn't following a trail of her fingers.
More company!
Sorry, she's alive?
How much longer? I don't know.
Not cool! Fucking look over here!
Keep cool! They're running interference. There's another boat blocking out Fabiana. Give it some throttle.
You think you can get these boats out of the water? Jesus!
We can't lose her. need to get past that decoy boat!
Shit! Grenade! Grenade!
Down! That doesn't look so good. I think she's flooded, bro. I gotta try and get her back up.
Just come on, let's go, brother.
Over there, man! Over there!
Keep her steady.
Hey, that's them. We're back. Axe, get on this!
Just drive! Almost, buddy, almost! Was crawling. How many guys they got?
How many poor kids want nice sneakers? It ain't hard to hire. Hey, we're on them again.
Screw. We're not coming this close to let her go.
I'm afraid this shit's gonna come down to more than willpower.
We're nearly there, pal. Close in!
We're gonna hit the pier!
Keep going!
Down behind the desk, now, both of you. Max!
The real security guards had been run off, paid off, or bumped off. That left us.
Should get us
It
into
wasn't
the
a
boardroom.
fantastically comforting thought.
Oh shit!
Are we dead?
No such luck. We gotta go. It's through here.
Vamos lá! Mata esse cuzão! Puta! Come on, move.
Bronco's office overlooked the atrium. I could check in and make sure he hadn't checked out.
Max!
There it went. He was tucked up safe. Now I needed to make it to the lobby to complete my sweep of the building, for what that was worth. Perfect. If I wasn't immolated, I was gonna get crushed to death. Look at me. I've been contracted to protect two people. One was being held in some hole. The other was sitting at his desk with a bullet in his head. And the company that had its logo on my paycheck was melting on top of my head. Shit. If I survived this, it'd be a victory for gross incompetence. Rodrigo or not, Fabricast Bronco is falling apart quite literally. Despite his manners, I'd done him a favor. This didn't look like a room where Rodrigo closed multi-million-dollar deals. It looked like a fiery hellhole. So much for a lazy Sunday afternoon. My next trick would be a high wire act with a fiery pit for a safety net. It was nice that no one was shooting at me for a change, but I'd take shot in the head over a slow roast on a spit any day of the goddamn week.
Keep going!
Jesus, what a fucking creep. It was Monday afternoon, and I'd already been thrown out of a party, gone to a strip club, and got into a bar fight. This latest midlife crisis was certainly ticking all the boxes.
É o gringo. Não sei. Tô vendo porra nenhuma. A gente desce ou não? Foda-se! Isso aí já era, não vale a pena não. É certo. Filho da puta!
The fireworks display was clearly in my honor, making sure everyone knew to roll out the red carpet for their surprise guest. I could hear a woman screaming. I thought I'd found Fabiana, but instead I'd stumbled across some testosterone fest.
Vamos pra cima deles! Está tudo bem! Corre, caralho!
They told me the favelas were full of drugs. These bastards looked different.
There was no
more
need
capable.
to announce my arrival.
They didn't
in
act like
the part of
Serrano's
town. I'd
boys,
drawn
but I could
more
tell
than
there was
enough
moving up the
attention
food
already.
chain. I hoped Fabiana wasn't going to be served up come feeding time.
Ele tá aqui, caralho! Acorda, acorda, acorda! Vai, vai, vai! Fica ligeiro!
1980
Você
já...
tem que... ele! Fui baleado! Isso não vai precisar! Porra!
Security, it had to be Serrano's pad. Since I was in the neighborhood, I figured he wouldn't mind if I dropped in and thanked him personally for his hospitality. It wasn't like he wasn't expecting me.
Filho da puta! Calma aí!
going!
If I could get back to Passos, we'd be in a slightly better position to handle this situation. I knew I shouldn't have gone there, and that Passos might have to pay the price for my sentimentality.
Sorry.
Got the energy for an encore? Let's move! This way.
Come on, hey,
through the
wake up,
gate.
let's go.
Son of a cunt!
Passos had put some distance between himself and the goons. I meant to follow.
We need help! I'll come!
The longer they had us split up, the more chance they had of picking us off.
Hey, look, man.
Cover me! Go for it! I think I'm done saying my goodbyes. Let's get out of here!
Max, man! I owe you! You got my back, man! Up in the tower!
This is the only way through.
If I lay down cover, can you move up on him? Oh, fuck!
That's anyone's guess.
You got me! Up!
Sure, right up to the...
Your body ain't gonna bury itself. Dig, motherfucker!
The morgue. How appropriate.
Hey, psst, this way. Up there. Go on. Go, go, go.
You can go first.
All right, gentlemen, thank you.
Shoot! Finish it!
Can't move here, Max! Gotta get up there and take him out!
odds of me getting out of there alive, let alone Giovanna and Marcello, were narrowing with every passing second. My body ached and my eyes burned. I needed something to straighten me out. Still alive, and still not all that happy about it. Why did the easy way out never come? Maybe I thought I didn't deserve it.
Você tá me tirando,
Alguma coisa, seu...
I had no option but to these charmers weren't there to make a couple of arrests. They were bussing them out by the dozen. But who was I to cast judgment on proper police procedure and justifiable use of force?
Não posso esperar pra sair daqui.
História de merda. Eles nunca aprendem a lição.
Traficantes e viciados, né? Espero que...
Get down. Stay out of sight.
Ok. Disperse e procure por toda parte. Temos que achar a menina e o americano.
Vou atirar! Tenho que ir!
You okay?
Yeah. I can't do this! Oh my god, Max!
Come on.
What? I can't see a way down here either!
Be something.
Mata, mata,
Oh my
mata!
god!
Ali! Tá lá, menina! Vem!
I can't hold on! Are you okay?
I think so. There must be a way to drop those stairs down.
Wait a second. I'm going to try something.
Good.
Come on. Let's get the hell away from here. Go on, it's okay. I'm right behind you.
There's someone down there. Why are they doing this, Max? This is so fucked up!
Our day had started with us hiding in filth, and got progressively worse. My luck was running true to form. Or rather, I was running true to form.
Should we wait here for boxes?
It's not safe. Come on.
Max!
Quiet!
You're the one breaking in.
No, you're the one breaking in. Here, I'm here. It's okay.
I can't control this thing!
You're doing fine!
Oh my god!
Try to stay calm! Keep going!
I don't know what I'm doing!
Just keep your foot on the gas!
Cuidado! What's that?
Careful! Try to keep us straight!
Sorry! No, no! Oh no! Ah! Max!
Yeah, I see it.
Sorry! What's that?
You're gonna be okay. You're doing great.
I don't know what I'm doing! Look, Pasos!
Just drive! Hold on!
Mete fogo neles! Me corre!
The dead guys looked like soldiers in one of those Central American guerrilla armies. Pirates with a manifesto. Psychos with a dream. That sort of bullshit. Fire was sucking oxygen from the room. I didn't care if I got got shot the second I got out of there. I needed one more gulp of fresh air before I died. It was like the need for a wake-up whiskey after a 2-day bender. I shut down one engine, but it didn't make much difference. Breathe again. Now the boat could get back to smelling like suntan oil, stale margaritas, and greed. So this was the famous Panama Canal. We could have gone.
Get the fuck off me! Gringo de mierda! ¡Te vas a morir! ¡Todos al suelo!
¡Hueputa, aquí no hay nada!
Daphne's ship was always stocked. I spotted Passos and Marcelo. There was some equipment in the truck next to me. I'd be ashamed to see it go to waste. I don't know what I expected to find. On a boat full of drunks and bullshit artists, I'd been the cabaret act. Shooting whatever came in front of me was easier than coming to terms with that reality.
Mate! No dispar!
It was nice to see a friendly face in Panama. Jesus Christ.
Mesma coisa.
Cuidado, ele está vindo nessa direção!
I knew this thing was bigger than me. Bigger than the Broncos, but I only had a glimpse of the whole picture. Like looking in the mirror and for an instant seeing what everyone else sees. A bad caricature of a better man.
Tá tudo certo. O que você acha que eu tô fazendo? Você sabe o que aconteceu a última vez.
This was hell on earth. De Silva was no fool. I'd have driven on off into the sunset too if I were him. But I was in too far now. Even I could guess what Demolisal meant. That building was condemned in more ways than one. I'd seen some dark shit in my time. Any time I'd bought had been going real cheap. If I was gonna plant the rest of those explosives, I had to do it now. It sounded like all hell was breaking loose. Whatever nonsense De Silva had pulled, it seemed to be working.
Está me achando com cara de malvado? Por favor, por favor.
morto com essa merda!
That kid had the right idea. There was no point bouncing bullets off that thing. I decided I'd try to pick up where he left off. And then immediately regretted that decision. Another dark, rainy night. Another police station. Another futile crusade for amends. Time moves forward, and nothing changes.
É sério?
And of course, they were headed my way. If the heat was rising, that meant I was getting closer to the source. I had to keep moving. Whatever depressing fate lay on the other side of those doors, there was no point in putting it off any longer. I still didn't. Tear gas. This wasn't good. I needed to find a way out of that stairwell, and my eyes and throat burned. Another pile of bodies and still nothing to show for it. It felt like I was detaching, that maybe this was revenge for something else, something buried deep in the past. Becker and Bachmeyer had taken their pound of flesh.
Keep going!
Felt like my vacation was coming to. These were Becker's guys. Him and Victor had a private airport to go with their private army and their private jet. didn't look like there'd be any trams leaving until the power was on. It worked. The trams were running again. Maybe they'd take me to my gate. Maybe they'd bring more guys wanting to whack me. Maybe both. And we were off. I felt like I might be able to recharge for a second. At least until we pulled into the station and met more murderous assholes. Perfect. Everyone wanted a ticket for the Mac. The tram was slowing down, and I'd only just gotten on board. I had to salvage what I could and see what was waiting for me. This was my stop. It had taken me right into the heart.
Victor's gonna wait for you!
Here I was, about to execute this poor bastard like some dime store angel of death, and I realized they were correct. I wouldn't know right from wrong if one of them was helping the poor and the other was banging my sister.
Look! There's a whole team of them! There! Over to the right! The car!
Come on! Got a flight to catch!
It's not going to take off without us! We're taking damage! Ah! Shit!
That about sums it up.
Ah! We need to clear the runway!
That's them! Your career's coming down with that plane! Let's get it over with!